All right, let's go ahead and get this shit going because the air conditioner's out and we're limited on oxygen in the room.
And we're live here on A Smark and a Mark, brought to you by Tullios. Make sure to get your essential Figure 4 vitamins and minerals with Tullios. Make sure you use promo code SMARK to save 17% off your total sale. A remainder of the 16% of the sale will go back to us via Patreon.
How long do you give someone when they say, okay, I'll think about it?
Depends how long the event or the timetable is.
2 days, 3 days away. Make a plan for 3 days. This Saturday, are you able to do it? Let me think about it. How long do you give them?
1 day. 1 day to reminder, and then if they don't, then they pretty much no soldier, brother.
Okay, Slick, you have 1 day, dude.
What do you say? I'll think about it.
Nah, man. There's nothing to think about.
There's nothing to think about.
Enough. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get back to you in a second while we take this time to open the show as Mark tries to clear his nose right in the microphone.
Oh, man.
And we share
A Mark and a Smark.
This podcast on the various social medias. I'm going to go ahead and cut your mic because that's pretty brutal.
What?
You're right into the mic like...
Just eating a sandwich?
Dude, don't eat your sandwich. Don't sip your soup into the mic, bro.
Stop eating your hoagie on the
Stop eating your hoagie. Oh.
Did you already put it on the Fassbender book?
Michele Fassbender.
Back out, it's Michael Fassbender.
Dude, it's starting to warm up.
I know,
you ready for the summer, dude?
Yeah, me and LFO are going to go chill with...
LFO?
Yes.
Is that the 90s group?
Yes, you millennial.
Hey, you're the one trying to be all ironic and talk about shit you used to listen to back when you were a kid.
That's true. You're talking to the Laserdisc Poppy.
You better shut up before you shove this laser disc in you.
As long as it plays both sides.
Fuck. How do you survive in that type of market? The laser disc market. Do you survive?
Yeah, as long as you buy it cheap.
Like, what's cheap?
$1 and sell it for $5.
What? There's no way you're letting Dances with Wolves go for $5.
Yeah, if I bought it for $1, I will.
No, I'm saying people will give you $5 to take it.
Oh, yeah. I try to give back to the community. Like, I'll buy VHS tapes for $1 just to sell it for $2. I'm not making high margin, you know.
But you're still making something.
What do you want me to do? Not I'll take $1.25. I drive a hybrid, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, which means that you can travel to pick shit up, right?
Yeah, but I still have to pay for the gas.
What? What kind of gas do you get with that?
I have to use straight dyno fuel, like even worse than gas.
No.
I use dinosaur blood.
Just
regular gas.
Yeah, but how much do you get?
For a 9-gallon tank, I can get about 480 miles.
You're lying.
I swear. On average I average about 40 to 48 to 50 miles a gallon.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. And especially since I drive like a senior citizen.
Yeah, you're a grandma behind the wheel.
Yeah. You've been behind the wheel of my... Oh, yeah. Went to the computer store. I remember that.
Yeah, and we also went somewhere else that we're not going to talk about right now.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the...
No, you went in my car. And I remember that because you were like...
Oh, that's what it was.
You were marking out. You were like, oh my... It's like, wow, it's all here. It's all there. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're like, we used to have a piece of shit car like this when we were younger.
Oh, no, because that Saturn was mine.
Oh, thanks for telling me what kind of car I had. Thanks for letting everyone know.
Because Saturn is a one make.
Yeah. 2,000 Saturn outsells are only one.
You just named it. How dare you? That's funny. That's actually pretty amusing, young Adrian. You millennials, man.
Shut up.
It's all about the Pepsi. We're the Pepsi kids, brother. I'm just kidding. I am also a millennial. You know, my brother put proud to be a millennial on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And he put so many few characters that it makes it bold. You know how you're only allowed a certain amount before it goes all crazy.
Yeah.
Before it goes back to normal.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. Proud to be a millennial.
Proud to be a millennial.
Yeah, by Bruce Millennialstein. All right, so I got this. And
no, dude, fuck you. You get gnarly gas.
Yeah, I know, man.
You don't have to plug it up into the wall or anything?
No, because the brake force and then the alternator powers up that battery.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Just think of it like this. The ratio is 75% engine, 25% battery.
Oh. And that 25% makes up that much?
Dude, cars are meant to go... All cars are meant to have mad MPG. If you make them light enough, if you make them aerodynamic enough, they can. There's F-150s out there that average like 20 miles to the gallon. Welcome to the Super Economy podcast here, talking hybrids. Let me get this intro started. Why don't I?
Welcome to the Proud to Be Millennial podcast.
Proud to be Millennial podcast. Let me just make sure my volume's up and I'm treating them all right.
Get that volume in check?
Yes, that volume.
Uh-huh. Huh?
What are you gonna put up right now?
When are you gonna put that up? Oh shit, Joey Salads.
Jeez.
Fuck Joey Salads.
Is he still talking smack on him?
I seen Joey Salads was streaming live on this Live Me app on the phone.
Yeah.
And I went there and everyone was shitting on him. It was fucking hilarious.
That's funny. I still gotta check the jib of Joey Salads.
Fuck Joey Salads.
Fuck Joey Salads. And our estimated revenue, $0.
No, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of coinage right there, Jimmy.
So what, you ready or what?
I'm ready. I'm gonna start this intro.
Shit.
Let's go.
Go ahead and roll it, dude. You got a volume button on there?
Should be playing. Yeah.
Did you plug it up? Oh god, it's gonna start blasting. Oh wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Pay-Per-View Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mark Flores.
All right, that's
right
as good as
beside
we're
me
gonna get.
is Adrian Bad Moon Luna, aka SoundLad number 1 or 2, whichever day I decree him as. Today we're going to be talking about Payback 2017. Also a brief review on SmackDown and Raw that happened this week. Brand new month, May.
May already, dude.
It's gonna be May.
It's almost halfway into 2017. Holy shit.
Almost.
That's
and
ridiculous.
I hoped you made the best of it.
It was all right.
Are you providing a resolution to those New Year's resolutions? Is there?
No, I haven't. What? My New Year's resolution was to read 3 books.
Oh, you still got 6 months.
Yeah, but
Hop on
yeah, but I haven't. If I haven't got to at least through 1 book 5 months into the year, I'm not going to get to the other 2.
With that attitude, you won't.
Does Dean Malenko have a book out?
No, it's gonna have 1,001 pages.
I'm
The author of 1,001 pages.
well, Jericho has 1,004.
Armbar. San Jose, California was home to the April 30th, 2017 Sunday house show, aka known as Payback 2017. It was pretty glorious.
You say glorious, I say meh. It was all right.
Before we get into that, Adrian, I say we get into some Knife Edge Chop news.
Knife Edge Shop news.
Knife Edge Chop news is brought to you by the great people at the Wrestling Observatory, aka Mark and Adrian.
Yeah.
The Knife Edge Chop news is basically our quick little knife edge chops, just to get the match going, just to get a couple of before we get into our rest holds. The one I have here, I have a couple. The house that was used in the House of Horrors match during the Bray Wyatt Randy Orton match at Payback 2017 is actually available for sale in the good state of Missouri. For what was the price that you had?
$36,000. For $36,000, you can buy the House of Horrors house at the House of Horrors match that took place at Payback.
Is it?
It's right outside of Missouri. So
does it include that fridge?
The fridge with the shit stained fridge that
with the babies hanging on the ceiling.
They pretty much just found a house, I guess, and then I don't know. We'll get to that match in a bit.
Yeah,
but it's on the market, I guess. $36,000, a piece of shitty WWE history could be yours.
That'd be nice. Imagine it's like, yeah, man, just roll through. You know where I live? No, I don't know where you live. Where they had the House of Horrors match, bro.
Duh.
Payback 2017?
The Red House.
Oh, that pay-per-view. Does it have that blue light still?
The Red House that turned blue, you know.
You know, the one where the buzzards followed? You see a lot of buzzards in the front. They haven't left. Then another quick little knife-edge chop that we have. Bad Blood. The pay-per-view that was supposed to be for the July card, I believe. For
July 11th, is it?
For WWE is now going to be replaced with, goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire. Jerry Lee Lewis will not be in attendance to do the halfway, the intro song, but it's going to be called Great Balls of Fire, brought to you by Snickers. Adrian, how do you feel about this?
That's a shitty name for a pay-per-view. Unless you're going to have a fireball match, that's a shitty name for a pay-per-view. There's been gimmick names throughout history that we were going through. You know, Elimination Chamber, which in Germany is now called the Elimination Chamber in fear of reigniting some thoughts of gas chambers past. But this is just a dumb name for a pay-per-view. Unless there's going to be a fireball match, there is no reason for this.
Exactly. Unless you're going to have a character that resembles that of Ryu or Ken. If there's no Hadoukens, no fireballs, there should not be any great balls of fire. And I would hate to see the theme. Like, I already know that there's going to be a crazy pyro situation when it comes to great balls of fire. That's the only thing that's going to make up for it, for me. I want to see a fireball.
Yeah.
If there's no big ball of fire or great balls of fire.
Is King coming back? Is that what's going on here?
This is all just a promotional campaign to get the Glenn Jacobs over in Tennessee.
Yeah. Is that where it's at, in Tennessee?
No, but he's running for
that's
office.
Right. Yeah. Sponsored by Fireball. Great Balls of Fire, WWE.
See, that's where they missed the mark at. Is that they should have had Fireball do the sponsorship for Great Balls of Fire. That just reminds me of that Top Gun scene where he's on the Iceman's on the piano, talking about Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
That's all we got for Knife Edge Chop News. Those are the only two things that really got off here this week in wrestling.
Not much big, breaking news going on this week.
Yeah. The other thing too, briefly, they're going to be selling more tickets to New Japan's G1 tournament happening at the Long Beach Convention Center.
Let's look that up real quick.
I don't want to, because then you're going to give people information about tickets I want to get.
No.
The tickets are going to be cheap. They're going to be $30 for general standing admission.
Well, thanks for saying that.
Yeah.
What is it?
Just put Long Beach New Japan Pro Wrestling. There we go. Look at all these marks. Looking them up already.
Long Beach Arena tickets.
It's supposed to be... You go to Ticket Center? That's not even it.
Hey, that's why I told you need to do this, because I don't really...
Avoid the ads and just go to Ticketmaster. Jeez. Free tickets, click here. Oh, they said it was free. See, right now, as of this moment, they're sold out. They're sold out.
It says right here. These tickets went fast, and they're unable to find more right now.
Yeah.
Well, can we get some info on the seating?
This is general admission for the tickets that... Dang, 8 tickets of it.
What?
Interesting.
What does it say right there?
8 ticket limit, so that means there's opportunity there.
There's an overall 8 ticket limit for this event.
Do you buy tickets to hawk them?
No, because I'm not a piece of shit because I'm over there trying to buy tickets so I can enjoy it with whoever I decide to take with me.
Well, yeah. So I would imagine you would.
So when you buy tickets, like things like StubHub, do you go there, or where do you get your tickets from?
It depends who's promoting the event. The place promoting the event will have a direct dealer that officially sells the tickets, or you go to the venue directly via their box office.
Is that how you get away from service charges?
Yes, the convenience charges, which makes it no way convenient at all. That's how they do it now. That's the more doing it online. There's the rub is the convenience charge.
Yeah.
Now with
like e-tickets and stuff, or what?
Mm-hmm. But with things like the old-fashioned way, i.e., going to the actual venue itself, traveling to the venue to save $5.
Is it $5?
It depends. The convenience charges vary, but you go there and then you just buy it the day they're going to sell tickets. Just wait in line. Mm-hmm. Wait in line till the box office opens and get your tickets. People do that for WrestleMania. People do that for... I mean, I did it for the Citizens Bank shows that I go to from time to time, and I did it with the shows that we're going to at the Riverside.
You went down and bought them over there?
No, I went the early release tickets.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So just make sure that if you're ready to watch some G1 New Japan Pro Wrestling, to get your tickets May 8th. I think it's like 10 o'clock for the next batch of tickets that they're going to sell.
What's that card look like?
I think it's. I know for a fact it's going to be part of that G1 tournament. So it's going to be basically their Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank tournament. Yeah. And Kenny Omega is going to be there for sure. And
this is the pricing.
Yeah, exactly. Range. Front row would get you $150. Row 2
isn't bad.
2 to 5 is $100.
That $100.
Well, $150 is a generous price considering the talent that they have. NXT front row at that Riverside Auditorium was $120 plus.
It's like $2 something actually. Oh yeah, $120 plus.
Because I paid $120 for second row, and that didn't even get me in the very, very front. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was just a quick little knife edge triple knife edge chop for the knife edge chop news.
Yeah.
The thing I want to get to here with Payback 2017 is that a lot of our expectations went to the wayside, mainly with a few of the matches actually. Let's get into it with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. I thought it was a great way to open the match. I mean, open up the whole
good
card
curtain
itself.
jerker. Yeah.
The crowd popped crazy for Chris Jericho.
Jericho's over as fuck, dude. Like my cousin went to Raw last Monday, and he said that Jericho had by far the biggest pop out of everybody, and that's even with Braun Strowman hurting Kalisto or whatever. That
he's the last remnants of the Attitude Era, full time. Somewhat.
Yeah, Goldust really isn't on TV anymore.
Unless they reunite Book Dust.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Unless they reunite Booker T and Goldust.
Let's do that shit for sure.
Their skits were pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
So the matches for the United States Championship. Big props to Kevin Owens for becoming the face of America. I think that is very hilarious. Straight out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The bad part of Canada because he's a heel.
South Central Canada.
There was a ton of big spots. Mainly the one I want to get to was the cannonball on the outside part of the barricade to open up the first 5 minutes of the match. Basically trying to get the momentum forward for Kevin Owens in the beginning. To me, the match was slow paced, which benefited both Y2J and Kevin Owens, simply because those two guys know how to tell a story in the ring. Instead of using
that ring psychology,
instead of using big time spots and getting a lot of rest holds in, they just decided to keep a constant flow of the match, and that was slow paced. What did you think about the match in whole? Well,
I love watching these two guys wrestle. So they're really seeing them wrestle a lot recently. There really wasn't too big of changes in their match. It's pretty much Y2J versus KO, run of the mill type shit. The grabbing the rope with just one finger spot, They actually changed it up a bit and a little bit when he injured his finger because he did that.
No.
And then there was an angle where he was breaking his hand and all that. But what I liked was that Chris Jericho won the match with his Walls of Jericho. Fucking awesome. Old school.
There was a good point you bring up, and that they kept continuing the story that they had in WrestleMania. They brought the Kevin Owens grabs the ropes now with just one finger sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Does it kind of as a taunt,
Yeah.
but just as the thing that, as the idea that, oh, I'm able just to grab this. It's like how simplistic it is. Just he's able to do it.
Yeah.
When he did it the first time at Mania, I was like, oh, that slide. Like, you just
Perfect.
one of those like little slide devil kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it's kind of a part of him now. Now, Chris Jericho actually capitalized on that by coming up immediately and started kicking his hands.
Yeah.
When he was in the Walls of Jericho, grabs the rope with his one finger, and then Chris Jericho, upset, starts pounding away at that said hand.
Mm-hmm.
And as the match goes on, you see that actually plays a part in debilitating Kevin Owens' offense.
Oh, yeah.
The go home starts when Kevin Owens tries to do the pop-up powerbomb, but then becomes unsuccessful. And then Chris was then able to place Kevin Owens in the Walls of Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
To have Kevin Owens submit in the middle of the ring,
Yeah.
with Chris Jericho as a babyface.
Pretty sick.
Vintage.
Pretty good stuff.
Vintage. It's been a long time since you've seen that. Since like a babyface Chris Jericho actually having someone submit to the old finisher. Because he uses the code breaker a lot more now.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, this match had Kevin Owens give up the belt to Chris Jericho. And I thought it was a great opening match.
Making Jericho a 2-time United States champion.
Exactly.
Not bad. No, we all right, we'll get to that on SmackDown.
You had a SmackDown related point?
Yeah. Next match was I believe Austin Aries versus Neville.
A double, baby. A double versus the Neville level.
Dude, I can watch these guys wrestle forever. Their movesets complement each other so well that anytime they go in the ring, dude, they're gonna have a fire match. And I still stick to the mindset that there should be a debuting dude in the cruiserweight division during this feud, because we are kind of getting like this match ended. They had a badass match. I believe that Aries was going to win this, but Neville does the heel thing and grabs the ref, pulls him into him during a submission, and knocks the ref over, knocks Austin Aries over. Disqualification by referee interference, and Neville retains. Austin Aries wins the match, but he doesn't win the title. Perfect way to end that match, not have anyone lose, and like still keep the heat and the momentum going. So I still think they should debut a new face in that division, but I wouldn't mind seeing this match again on another pay-per-view.
Exactly. With Austin Aries and Adrian Neville going at it for the cruiserweight title. The thing that we have with these two is that I have it written down right here. I could watch these guys go at it 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown, Raw, 205 Live, whatever day, and they could still put on a great match.
Hell yeah.
These two guys actually have tons of experience fighting in the in independent promotions, even before they got up to WWE, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning offense, where the whole idea of this match in the beginning shows that Austin Aries has Neville's number.
Yeah.
He's just starting the offense going, and every time Adrian Neville tries to get some momentum through,
Mm-hmm.
Austin Aries thwarts it.
Mm-hmm.
And what really got me going was the sunset powerbomb into the last chancery.
Yes, that was beautiful.
Probably the spot of the night to me.
Yeah.
Just because it went from one power move to a submission so quickly.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was over at that point. But then here comes Neville realizing that, well, he's not going to tap yet. He'll do whatever it takes to not tap to this. And then he just grabs the ref. Yeah. And then we're like, damn, Ref has to call it. Saving this heat for probably one of the big 4 pay-per-views. We might see this end at SummerSlam because TJ Perkins might take the next pay-per-view spot against Austin Aries, and then Austin Aries wins, and then only to face Neville again for the third. But other than that, man, this match, I'm glad that this match, one more point to make for this match, Austin Aries versus Adrian Neville, is that this match was placed over the United States title. Kind of getting the revenge that, for opening up at the pre-show but killing it. It's kind of, I would take it as a nod of everyone knowing that they actually tore the house down.
Yeah.
Possibly had the best match at Mania. Arguably,
yeah, more than likely.
Arguably.
Yeah.
But great match from both. WWE is clearly not finished with a double and Adrian Neville, so it's going to be good stuff to see them go with this further off into either SummerSlam or maybe another pay-per-view.
It's going to be pretty dope.
You just had to show off your...
I'm cultured, dude.
That's what's up, man. What does that say?
It says Austin Aries at SummerSlam. Via Last Chancer.
Written down? You had your predictions on a stick now?
I start writing it on chopsticks now.
The next match that we had up here was the tag team match. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardy Boys for the WWE title. And this match complemented
was a good match.
Complemented both contrasting styles.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is that you have the brute strength of Sheamus and Cesaro.
The bar
standard. Where they go like this now?
I was at the gym. I was wondering why they were doing that. Because they were like that, and then they're like, we don't raise the bar, we set the bar. And I was like, why are they doing this? And then I was at the gym the next day, and I was benching. And then I was like, oh, that's probably what they mean by that.
Damn.
Because they're fucking meatheads.
Could be. They're.
I'm down with it, though.
Both of them, speaking of meatheads, are probably both one of the strongest wrestlers in the biz. I know Sheamus, as much shit I give Sheamus
is a man, dude.
But he works hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I can never take away from the guy. As much as I can say whatever my personal opinion on it, but, dude, homeboy can go, and he still is able to put on a great match. Same thing with Cesaro. Both of them have the same qualities.
So, leading into this,
yeah,
we had 2 singles matches these last 2 weeks before the pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. It was Jeff Hardy and Cesaro, and then the week after that was Sheamus and Matt Hardy. Both Hardy Boys go over in the matches prior to that.
Yeah.
So we finally meet up. All four men are in the ring, putting on a dope match. There were some nice spots. There were some flubs. There were some botches maybe, but there was one spot in the match that gained all the attention, and it was when Sheamus straight up soccer kicked, Pride style.
Yeah.
Soccer kicked Jeff Hardy and knocked his tooth out. Did you see his tooth fly out? And did you see the ref pick it up right away?
I saw the ref pick it up, but I didn't see that it actually fly out. But I did see the ref pick it up. And the funny observation that I made high atop the Wrestling Observatory here on a Smark and a Mark is that the refs always do things like with the sleight of hand.
Oh, they're
just like, whoosh.
Yeah.
You'll blink and it, whoosh,
yeah.
Everything's just taken away so quickly.
They do it like that with the quickness. And all right, kind of jumping here. I'll make a note of that. All right, yes, the ref sleight of hand.
Yeah, I'll keep going here, but both teams have a contrasting styles, but they both melded it perfectly well. Where when they needed to put the gas on, they do, but when they need to put the steam back a little, they do that too. Great spots. It with that kind of technique that you use for a match, it gives you the opportunity to do great big spots time after time because you're saving all that energy for the high spots. Jeff Hardy takes a wicked bump to the outside, didn't even absorb any of the ropes and just literally flopped outside.
Those moves fucking hurt me.
39 years old.
I'm like, how
taking vicious bumps.
I just trip out on it. Like, how are you doing this still? How are you taking this rough? And you can take it easy. We know that you're Jeff Hardy. You can flop every now and then and hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it every day, especially on...
That's not how Team Extreme goes.
So, good momentum. Yes, Jeff Hardy got kicked square in the face. He got shinned by Sheamus hard. Enough to knock his tooth out. Enough to botch the finish. Did you notice that? In the far right corner of the ring?
Yeah.
Like, if from camera side, the far right corner right here, they started setting up the finish, and they fucked it up. So they had to go to the top left corner and then actually finish the match that way. And Brian Alvarez and Davey Boy Meltzer were talking about it on the Wrestling Observer, and they were saying that it might have been he might have been concussed to where he actually flubbed the go home sequence. So then they had to redo it over there on the other side, which was cool. I like the way they ended it.
Yeah.
You know, Sheamus was pinning Matt Hardy, and then Jeff hits him with the Swanton bomb, and then pins him on top of Matt. It was awesome. I loved it. Probably the best match of the night.
After the match ends, the Hardy Boys rejoice with their tag team titles, and it looks like
Matt drops his title. They go in the corners, and Jeff's holding his title up, and then Matt drops his. And he's just like, yeah.
So they both rejoice, and then Sheamus and Cesaro come up to the ring, and what looks like it's gonna happen, you know, shaking the hands again, everything's cool, but then they rush back to the ring and start attacking these guys, and another bump comes from the top corner, and they just straight falls.
Brutal stuff.
Two Faces one of them had to turn, and it looked like it's gonna be Sheamus. Sheamus and Cesaro were gonna be the ones because, you know, Matt and Jeff are the faces for a long time. They have to be for now. Mm-hmm. You gotta move that merch. But I kind of like it. I kind of like this new identity that Sheamus and Cesaro have.
Well, Sheamus is heel. He's been heel. Cesaro, this is new territory for Cesaro. He's now heel. And from his promo on Raw, you can still see he's still trying to fit into this persona because he's been a face for so long. Now that he has to be a bad guy, it's kind of like fucking with him.
He has to find a towel to put over his head.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. And a robe. He needs to put wristbands back on his thighs. Or headbands or whatever.
Hated that. What was that dumb shit?
It was, I don't know, separate. Like, I think Swiss people do that.
No, they don't.
Well, he was a Swiss Superman. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, you're probably one of the lucky ones that actually was able to grab one of his headbands from one of his inner thighs.
Ew, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Ew, dude.
The next match we had up on this card, Payback 2017. Keep in mind, guys, that this is a Smark and a Mark where we observe wrestling high atop our Wrestling Observatory. We see all the constellations of creative, and we see all the meteors of the backstage antics of the WWE.
Right through our telescope.
Right through our telescopes. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Bayley, hometown hero of San Jose, probably one of the most famous people in San Jose, and that's not saying much.
Take it easy. AK is in San Jose.
Who?
The American Kickboxing Academy.
Is that one person?
No, that's a whole group of people that are more over than Bayley will ever be in San Jose. We're talking MMA here.
Oh, the Sharks,
We're talking Daniel Cormier. We're talking Luke
Cormier?
Rockhold.
Is it supposed to be Cromier or Cromier?
It's Blampier, actually.
Ah, it's one of those, huh? So San Jose's son, Bayley, comes out.
Favorite son.
San Jose's favorite son, Bayley, comes out to face Alexa Bliss. And
two hotties.
Did you see Bayley receiving that gender-like elbow from Alexa Bliss?
Yeah. What the hell?
That was a shot. That was crazy to see.
That was pretty good.
I
love Alexa Bliss.
The main story to this match is whatever offense Bayley tried to get going, Alexa Bliss would use her heel-like tactics to thwart it. And I like the way it was going because the way Alexa Bliss is built is that she's
5 feet of fury.
Yeah, she's like 5 feet of fury. She'll do whatever it takes to win as a heel, and you can see it throughout this match. There's one time where Bayley misses and hits the turnbuckle, and then we'll see that come a little later in this match. But the one thing I want to give props to Alexa Bliss for, so they're at the corner here, at the corner spot. Alexa Bliss gets up to I believe it's the second part of the second rung of the ropes, and
you can say second rope.
Busts out this sunset flip powerbomb that, with her size, coupled with Bayley's ability to actually take this move, made it look like a work of art.
It was awesome, dude.
Jeez, man.
Compared to the bullshit that's going on Thursdays or on Tuesdays on SmackDown Live,
Yeah.
this they look like fucking Steamboat Savage over there.
Yes, exactly. With that being said, we're going on later to this match, and Bailey was she either had to be leg swept. She was leg swept into the turnbuckle, correct?
She was pushed, wasn't it, from a roll up? And she pushed her out of the roll up, and
Yeah, that's what it was.
she fell and hit her head.
And so Bailey hits her head on the turnbuckle. Dazed and confused, Alexa Bliss tries to get a roll up on her. Bailey then kicks out. With Alexa Bliss still locking Bailey in this headlock position, she was able to get off a DDT out of nowhere.
Nasty DDT.
And
Never since Jake the Snake Roberts have I seen a finish.
head to the canvas. That was a hell of a DDT. Then you have Alexa Bliss being a 3-time women's champion for either brand,
Yeah.
but becoming the only, for now,
Yeah.
the only woman in this women's revolution to actually hold the SmackDown and the Raw title.
It's not a women's revolution anymore. They've receded back to the women's division, the Divas division.
They're back with they're gonna bring back the butterfly title.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a petition for that.
There better not be. But yeah, the only woman right now to hold both SmackDown and Raw.
Well, yeah, this is gonna be all before Charlotte gets her 28th title.
That's right.
By Great Balls of Fire. By then, she'll have her 20th title.
Really? You think so?
No, I just know that she's gonna get an obscene amount of women's titles.
Yeah, but by Great Balls of Fire, you're probably right. You know what? You're probably right.
Well, not that high of a count, but she probably will get one more title.
No, I'm saying by Great Balls of Fire, she'll be champ by July 11th or whatever the show is.
She'll probably at least have it once. The way this is like the SmackDown Women's title. Like just take it for 2 weeks. Take it for 2 weeks.
Take it for 2 weeks.
Great match, especially because that Bailey and Alexa Bliss aren't really the creme de la creme with the women's division. They made up for it. They made up for at least same way Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho did it.
Yeah.
Told a story. The story overshadowed all the moves, which is never bad.
No,
never bad at all.
Never. If you could out wrestle a story, that's good.
Out wrestle a story. So I'm gonna ask you this one question. How long are we gonna have to cover this House of Horrors match that happened between Bray Wyatt and Randall Orton?
Randall Orton? All right, when you say House of Horrors gimmick match, I'm thinking you're going to get this house that's not only is Bray Wyatt, trapped or like rigged the house to be a trap, but he should have cronies in there as well, and trap doors and secret passageways. They didn't have that. They just had a shitty, dilapidated house with a room full of baby dolls hanging from it, a fridge that looked like someone smeared their shit on it, and just peeled drywall. Like this place wasn't a house of horror. Like if they, what they should have did, they should have replicated the house from Evil Dead and have it in there, because that would have been more horrifying or more terror ensuing than this fucking just shitty house that someone lived in, and they just rigged it up to be a house of horror, which they barely did any wrestling, and they filmed it like a cinematic sort of like it was a WWE movie production.
The way that I was watching this match, I was already disconnected by having it look like a production.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want an over the shoulder one camera perspective of the cameraman taking, like a rookie cameraman taking the L.
Yes.
And like he has to do it. And just following Randy Orton throughout this house.
Do you remember back in the Attitude Era when when they had the Bob Holly and Al Snow, Hardcore Holly versus Al Snow in the river?
Oh yeah.
What happened to shit like that?
Or even Crash Holly in the play place for the Hardcore title.
Exactly, dude. Like the cameraman was just as caught off guard by the environment as the wrestlers. The cameraman's tripping over shit. The cameraman has to fucking move shit out of the way so he can get a good shot. That should have been filmed like that rather than this faux production that they had.
And it looked more like a meth den
Yeah.
than anything. It looked like a scene out of the new Resident Evil game. It wasn't.
The new Resident Evil game is way more horror ensuing than that. But here's the thing. They say it in the beginning of the pay-per-view. This House of Horrors match is going to take place in Bray Wyatt's house, and it's going to end in the ring. So we're just thinking, like, what is there, a tunnel escape that leads to the ring? No, Randy Orton fucking gets out of a limo, out of a Luxor limousine.
Yeah.
He shows up to the house, kind of walks through the house and has a little scuffle, and then Bray Wyatt disappears, which they should have seen. They should have showed him, like, open up a bookcase and then go in there, or lift up the coffee table and drop in a trap door or something. They didn't show any of that. They just showed him like, and then run over here, and then he's disappeared.
Did you see that Randy was no-selling the fear?
Yes. Randy Orton sucks, dude, and that's what I've been trying to say. Like, as a wrestler, he's good. But when it's time to put a serious face on or try to sell or put over a gimmick, he sucks. It's not good.
Once I saw that he was no-selling the whole fear aspect of it, at least put on a worrisome face.
Yeah, not just the...
He's just... What's going on here? What the... He's all hitting the vape pen. Oh, I'm scared.
Oh my god.
The
garbage match.
To show blue lights, to have a whole production in the front, making the house look more like a theater, look like theater effects in the front. But then when you go in the house, there's even more camera angles than anything.
Yeah.
And then there comes the classic out of nowhere angle where Bray Wyatt finishes this segment of the House of Horrors by shoving a fridge onto Randy Orton.
Yeah, he just tipped it over onto him and spilled the ham juice all over him. Oh my god, the ham juice.
The old spam. I was not a big fan of this, and you could tell that they didn't know what the hell they were doing. If WWE has to give you a survey on what you want to see coming out of House of Horrors, a few days before the House of Horrors match actually starts, you're getting half-assed results.
Dude, you guys had so long to build this up. You guys built this up more than you worked on the actual match.
Yeah.
Dude, and there was so many people shitting on it beforehand. I was on Twitter looking, fucking sigh, here we go, House of Horrors match, or like, time to take a shit. People like tweeting this.
Yeah.
I put out there, I was like, dude, I'm actually looking forward to this because this is something different. Yeah, it's not maggots projected on the ring like most people bitched about.
Or the big sperm going down the ramp to introduce Randy.
Yeah. This is I had faith in WWE. I'm like, all right, you guys are gonna it's pre-production for the show. You guys are gonna film this, pre-recorded, whatever. Let's get some effort in. Let's see something cool. Like I said, I wanted to see trapdoors and fucking, like, you ever seen a House of a Thousand Corpses?
No.
Oh, okay. There's a scene where they put the people in caskets and they lower them into this hole, like this well.
Yeah.
And then when they get down to the bottom, like where the water is, fucking like demons, they come up and they tear the thing to shreds, and they break open the caskets and they leave them there in the water.
Yeah.
Something like that would have been cool, where they had like mud people or something. You guys are already jumping the shark with all this bullshit. Might as well just go.
You gotta dive on in.
Yeah, just jump right in. So let's have fucking weird drones, or what do you call them? Druids.
Weird drones.
Druids.
Camouflage drones.
let's
Vanguard
really...
1. They should have teased Vanguard 1 in there.
Shit, Vanguard 1. So what happens is they do this bullshit through the house, drops a fridge on Orton, goes outside, and he's looking at the house, and the house was blue. It was like blue lights on the house. And then he goes, ha ha. And then fucking you see the shadow of the boom mic on his back, because the cameraman's in the show.
Yeah.
And then the house turns red. And then he gets in the limousine. Driver, take me to the arena. And the guy's like,
all of the buzzards to Fresno.
Yeah. And then the limo driver turns around. He's like,
San Jose.
He's like, put on your seatbelt. And there's condiments, and there's complimentary waters if you want.
he lowers the thing. It's the Undertaker. I'm taking you straight to hell.
That would have been perfect.
Keep rolling.
So we cut
the American limo driver instead of the American badass.
Luxor limos.
Brought to you by
Remember,
Luxor Limo. If you
need
want to
it-
steal someone's title, choose.
Luxor.
Oh, if you want to ride in style after stealing someone's title, choose Luxor.
There you go. So it ends right there. And then we get another match or whatever happens. The pay-per-view continues.
Yeah.
And then Bray Wyatt comes out. Fucking full intro. Takes 30 minutes for him to get to the ring. And then the lights come on and Randy Orton's standing behind him.
With a fresh shave.
With the
He had a stubble when he started the House of Horrors.
No, he didn't. No, he
He
didn't.
did. Look back at the film.
Oh,
he
my
starts as with a
God.
beard. He comes back into the ring with a fresh shave.
That is...
Yeah, but when you get to San Jose, you want to, get a fresh shave before you hit the ring.
That's so
So you
stupid.
don't want to lose the hair the hard way.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. It was one of the things I noticed, but what are you going to do?
Well, they filmed it a week before. So
No, this was
no, that was filmed.
kayfabe.
Oh, yeah. No, that was live.
Yeah, it was live.
Yeah, because he was able to take a limo from fucking Kansas City to San Jose.
Yeah. I think he drove through Hyperloop.
Do you think we're fucking stupid, WWE? What the hell? And during this whole thing, there was actually a video on YouTube, and then, of course, people who were there talking about it. People were booing the entire time this whole thing was going on.
I felt bad for the people in the arena that had to sit through that. More so than me just watching it with fucking snack in my hand and just pop.
I don't care about that. Like, no, not that. I don't feel for the people, but I do feel like WWE. What are you doing? Like, if it was interesting, if
Yeah.
it was good, would you feel as bad?
It'd be like watching a movie.
Yeah, with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Bathroom break, whatever. You can beer, go get beer run.
There was opportunity here.
There was
that
nothing
goes
but
without
opportunity.
saying.
There was nothing but opportunity. They
And
fucked it up.
They know what not to do now. This goes up to the ranks with the Ambrose Asylum steel cage with shit hanging off.
I like
the
that.
cage.
I like that.
This goes up there with that dog kennel match.
I like that too. I like Ken Shamrock's remember the match he had? What
the
was
one,
it called?
The one where he goes with Owen Hart in the Owen Hart's dungeon. That was a good match. You remember that?
No, the what was
That was a gimmick though. Going because they went to Stu Hart's basement.
Yeah.
And then they wrestled it out
That
there.
was good. No, but you remember the cage that they had? That was like...
You talking about the Punjabi fucking Great Khali match?
I even like that. Dude, I'm telling you, if done right, gimmicks work.
They do, but the thing is WWE doesn't know how to make them work. Because if you imagine actually building this up to its fullest potential, there would be a little bit room of error, but there'd be more good than bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like there's some gimmicks that just don't work. I mean, some gimmick matches that just don't work.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it? Buff Bagwell's mom on a pallet.
Oh, yeah.
That match.
Judy Bagwell in a pole match.
The mystery box match where like people go to turnbuckles and find out if the title's in there or not.
Oh, my
Not
God.
winning it over skill, but over guessing.
Over chance, by chance. Even an empty arena, Rock versus Mankind
That
during
worked.
the half, that was awesome. That's a gimmick match that works, dude.
The Austin Booker T grocery store brawl. That wasn't necessarily a gimmick match.
Legendary,
but still funny. They still utilized and maximized the gimmick itself. When two people believe in the gimmick, it works even more.
But then you got Randy Orton no selling and Bray Wyatt kind of.
I'm not scared.
How are they gonna have a Meltzer, Davey Boy Meltzer, and Brian Alvarez brought it up? How are you gonna have a kitchen with no knives in it? Even like tease a knife spot or something.
That would be. Imagine you just see Bray Wyatt start stabbing
This
Randy Orton
motherfucker.
like off camera, and he's like, "Oh, he should be done for now."
Yeah.
And then it pans out, and then you see like Bray Wyatt actually cut a bunch of sandwiches for Randy.
He's like, ah, and then slices a sandwich and then eats it.
Yeah, and then like while he's hitting fucking Randy, that would be funny. See, that would be stuff that would be like, okay, because it looked like it went through a dark turn, but now it's funny, but yet he's still beating the shit out of the guy he needs to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
That'd still be funny. But anyway,
So what happens now? Now you walk me through the end. When they get to the ring, Randy Orton's there. The match starts. What happens?
so it looks like Randy Orton's gonna have the upper hand, but then Jinder Mahal comes out of nowhere with his cellular cronies, the Singh brothers.
Metro PCS Hawking Singh brothers.
The Singh brothers are making. I'll give them this. The Singh brothers are actually making this whole thing. They're the glue that puts everything together. I would say that they're the carpenters because they're not gonna draw the house,
Yeah.
but they're gonna build it. Oh no,
Like
exactly.
rubber.
Hold on, take that back. They're not gonna build the house. That's Jinder's job.
Yeah.
But they're actually gonna. They can draw it up. They can do what they can to make this
We
work.
can put the hardwood flooring in.
Exactly. But see, they're an integral part into the machine, which is the Mahara
Yeah, but
Jinder Mahal.
and why is that? Because you don't think Jinder Mahal can handle this on his own? WWE creative?
Foreign heels need managers.
Well, they need they're building their Indian stable.
That is true.
That's all it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever confused as to why Jinder Mahal or the Bollywood fuckboys are getting over, it's because they're pushing their market into India and they need someone to be the face of the people of the market they just opened up.
Yeah.
Or continuing to push. So we're going to have to deal with this. Not necessarily that it's a bad thing. Jinder Mahal's a pretty good wrestler.
I'm over on him, man.
But the Bollywood boys, I don't.
The Singh brothers.
Sorry.
They're bad boys now.
The Lullaby Singh brothers.
The Ventura Boulevard boys.
But yeah.
I just think that they play an integral part to what Jinder Mahal's doing, and to have a rich, obnoxious foreign heel that isn't European like Sheamus or Cesaro, but you have him from actual India.
Yeah.
That's gold right there, dude.
Looking like the way he does. Do you think they got him on his supplemental dietary plan because of this push? That Vince is like, here, we're gonna send you a care package.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and take this stuff. Like, you don't change what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, but just ingest these and inject these.
That's all natural,
And
man.
we're gonna push
The
you.
swollen
into
nipples, the big veins that you get over a course of 3 months.
the roadmap of veins that you get overnight.
The whole WWE tour is on your whole bicep.
Oh man.
Man, one thing is that he looks like $1 million.
He looks good. He wrestles good.
But all three of those dudes look great in suits, so it's just like this whole.
I don't know if they look great because Jinder Mahal is huge.
His shoulders like make the collar like
Then the
his
Bollywood
collar
boys-
could flap away and like make him fly, but
The Bollywood boys are like right here though.
his stolen. Well, see, that's why they have him. They make him look huge.
They make him look
forced
huge.
perspective.
They make him look huge, but they also look ineffective. They look ineffective.
Yeah, they're just
I-
what are managers? Managers are always in. What was Jimmy Hart for his whole career as a manager?
Yeah.
It's just he's just running his yap.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be workers.
The idea is to have these guys take all the heat for Jinder. And you know what? The funny thing is he's over. I'm over with the Mahara or whatever he calls himself.
What did he call himself? Was it
Don't
the
hinder
Mahara?
on gender, bro.
Did you just assume my gender?
Did you just assume that I'm hindering on gender?
Don't hinder gender. That's the hashtag we're doing right now.
So it ends with Jinder Mahal actually getting one over on Randy Orton. Randy Orton's pretty much incapacitated, which leaves Bray Wyatt to capitalize for the pin. They start at a crack den in Missouri, and then they go 6,000 miles all the way to San Jose to only
Maharaja.
the Maharaja.
Maharaja.
The Maharaja. Okay. To only have it end in San Jose. Bray Wyatt takes the victory. Look like that whole idea of House of Horrors is now negated because Jinder Mahal now just helped you out because a fridge couldn't stop Randy. A snake never falls death to a fridge. I
don't know.
With Bray Wyatt taking the victory of this House of Horrors match.
When people say wrestling sucks, in these instances, I have to agree. Wrestling's a piece of shit.
Sometimes. I agree with you on that one. This House of Horrors match kind of sets the bar low. If I wanted to support wrestling, I don't show anyone this match. Wrestling's good. Take a look at this. Oh, now we're starting with House of Horrors match. Oh, crap. I can't pause it.
You fucking lied to me, man. You said wrestling was dope. I watched this House of Horrors match because it sounded awesome.
All they do now is just go into random houses and start having wrestling matches.
So now that we got that bullshit out of the way,
Yeah.
it was for nothing. It was a SmackDown live match on a Raw pay-per-view that sucked worse than anything on the card.
Yeah. The second one, considering Jericho and KO, kind of,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
The next match that we have is Samoa Joseph versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Big Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins. Now, this match is one that I've wanted to see for a long time.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how these two would work in the ring on a WWE kind of scale.
Yeah.
And they did a damn good job.
They did good.
Considering that Seth can't really do any big-time spots with Samoa Joe because of the weight differential. This match only benefits moveset-wise to only Samoa Joe because he's able to take care of what he needs to take care of with the smaller opponent. But other than that, you still had Seth selling his knee.
Yeah.
$1 million, making me worry sometimes. But he's making it work.
I'm gonna be honest real quick. I kind of like died during this match because the House of Horrors sucked really bad that it took my attention away, and I started playing Walking Dead on my phone. And then I kept playing it into the Seth Rollins Samoa Joe match. And then it wasn't until like halfway through the match I'm like, all right, I have to pay attention because I've been waiting for this. But the House of Horrors really took me out of this, where I was just like, all right, whatever. But yes, like you said, Samoa Joe, the knee cell, perfect match. I would like to see this into a gimmick match. Let's see Samoa Joe. I you know me, I like my gimmick matches. Like I said, if done right, everyone can benefit. But I want something next time these guys face each other. I want something a little more, something else, some stipulation or something. Let's have a leather strap match or something. I don't know.
That sounds good. It does.
I'm not being sexually with this.
What makes you think that I'm?
Because you went.
That was some good iced tea I just sipped.
Okay.
Disgusting.
Okay. I'm just saying.
This match with Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins really went into a slugfest in the beginning with Samoa Joe actually initiating the offense the first half of this match. Then Seth Rollins then went and adjusted his moveset to accommodate Samoa Joe's. And then the go-home starts with Samoa Joe actually putting Seth Rollins in the Coquina clutch, and Seth Rollins actually modified it into a roll-up.
Yeah.
And sneaks away with the victory. No one uses the finisher to win the match. Rollins sneaks away with the victory, making him look like the better wrestler, but the way Samoa Joe was actually implementing the submission holds and everything else, he looked like the better fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's still built up to their strengths. It doesn't really necessarily hurt Samoa Joe because Seth snuck away with one, didn't get one clean. This is as booked as great as we can do it, because if you let Samoa Joe beat Seth Rollins, then we have a problem. We have an issue where Samoa Joe just beat Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins' momentum from WrestleMania is now negated.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe didn't fight anyone at WrestleMania, so he's good. So he could. There's no point for Samoa Joe to go, but just up for people.
Yeah, but he's also in limbo right now. There's really nothing that they're doing with him.
Yeah. He needs to fight the Maharaj.
So that happened. What was the last main event? Now.
After that, we had this main event. Real quick, did you enjoy the finish? The finish to Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins? Yeah. I wanted to get
Yeah. It was tricky, like you said. The roll up out of the Coquina clutch was pretty good. Now, like I said, let's see them do something else next time around.
Yeah.
They're solid competitors, dude. Like Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins are always gonna have a good match.
Big time. I totally agree with that one.
But maybe not do the knee angle this next time around.
I think the knee's fully recovered at this point.
Well, it's gonna have to be.
Imagine
how long are you gonna do that?
SummerSlam 2019, Seth still with that injury 4 years ago. My God,
when is he gonna take
a
easy
show?
So main event: Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been off of TV for a week. Braun Strowman still continues to be the monster amongst men. Braun's walking out, and Roman assaults him, and then they both start going. They start fighting. There was some Superman punches. There was some spears. There was some Braun Strowman happening.
It takes 2 Superman punches to make a Braun fall in the woods. And it makes a sound.
In case you were wondering. And it makes a Braun. That's
One thing I want to see is I want to see Braun Strowman get sponsored by Chef Boyardee so he can eat just a can of beefarino before. Like, imagine him walking out just chomping down a can of beefarino.
Chugs and throws it.
Just to let people know that he's always just taken down.
One spear. Okay.
Oh yeah, 1 spear to take him down with but the Superman punches, definitely.
Can we do something else?
What? He's a shoot UFC fighter.
He's a man
with
of 2 moves
with a D'Lo Brown chest plate.
So, what'd you think about
my friend John Joseph, aka John Tremoxican, broke kayfabe on that. He's a huge Roman mark, dude. So
he is.
He's the one I was talking to you about.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He's the homie.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
But he was there over at Payback.
He was?
Yeah, he was there.
He was at Payback?
Yes.
You were at Payback?
Yeah. If there's any questions that you need to answer get answered from him via Payback, he's the guy.
So was he really there?
I swear. See?
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah, I count the drive-by.
Hey, thank you.
And the hair flip.
Oh yeah, the hair flip.
Imagine.
Oh yeah, this is one. This is actually 2 because he goes down and up. There's 2.
Roman's improved from 20. I'll tell you, from 2014 to now, he improved.
Yeah. Okay.
So
was he really there?
I swear he was.
You were there in attendance. So first-hand account. Leave in the comment section right now. Yes. What happened during the House of Horrors match in the arena? What happened?
Look at it. Look at his comment. He put it earlier. He said it was a boo fest.
I know, but I've seen online.
Oh.
I didn't know he was there.
Oh yeah. He'll go like that.
Drive by Samoan Joe.
He says he has videos.
Okay. Yeah.
But we just need a typewritten response instead of. Yeah. See.
He said fans were booing. Damn. Was it bad? How loud was it? Was it really as loud as people say it was?
I was hearing that they had to drown out the boos by putting the entrance music.
We want refunds. Fuck. House of Horrors, man.
There is no house nor horrors within this confines of San Jose. So if you'd like a refund for having the advertised House of Horrors match being voided here and only being placed in Missouri, let us know.
The Shark Tank, the place that it was taking place at, was a House of Horrors. There was a House of Booze. Really loud. Damn, dude. So he said the second half was good, which he was there live to see whatever took place in the ring. So that's cool, man. Like,
yeah, I think you know what. Like,
did people pop for the Bollywood Boys and Jinder Mahal? What was the pop like for Jinder Mahal?
No one pops for heels. This is standard.
Okay, come on.
I honestly feel that Payback was great until the House of Horrors match, and then had to recover one match after.
So, what do you think about the main event? With the man of 2 moves and Braun Strowman.
You're at a 2-way street. If you have Roman winning, it negates all of what Braun Strowman's strong things doing.
He brings up a good point that the House of Horrors was shot at night when during the pay-per-view was actually daytime.
Daytime, yeah.
Fuck me.
There's a 2-way street. Either Braun wins or if Braun loses, he gets all that negated.
Yeah.
Roman's at a position where if he loses or wins, it's like, well, he's still Roman Reigns. He's still the fist that cocks the place. And the idea is that the only way that we can do it is for Braun to win and just still capitalize on beating the shit out of Roman Reigns. You know, what more would you expect out of this situation with a fully bandaged Roman Reigns? Mm-hmm. There's no hero comeback with that. If you're coming in bandaged, but you're not going to be beating the monster amongst men.
He's done it before though. He's come up with his ribs wrapped up or gimmicked up to where he's bandaged up and still pulled it out because he's the strongest man.
How do you get messed up underneath bandages when you wear the protective Velcro?
Because it's the monster amongst men, dude.
Dang, he fucked him up that bad.
So he wins Braun Strowman with the running power slam. How'd that running power slam look live, dude? Did it look gnarly?
I should probably I want to check my seismograph when I get home.
Yeah, right.
Because he did 2 of them to finish him, which is still cool for Roman because it takes two of a finisher to.
Shut up about that. One of them can do it.
I know, but
one
it's
of them
like,
can do it. The fact that he needs to do 2 to make him look strong.
imagine if he wasn't bandaged up, it'd probably take like 4.
John, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching and commenting.
He didn't cock his fist. I want to make sure that everyone knows that.
I appreciate you watching and commenting, but your boy Roman Reigns, strongly disagree. Everything about that man.
He has the vest and everything, the vest and the gloves.
So he gets the stairs, which they've put over the stairs for years now. 200-pound steel steps. He grabs it and he smashes his torso, which brings up what we were talking about earlier. How because Roman just immediately starts bleeding, and it's been seen that Roman Reigns uses blood capsules in the past, that he pops them in and then spits out blood. And he does that, which you said, brought up earlier, that the ref's sleight of hand, how he picked up Jeff Hardy's tooth, put it in his pocket, barely anyone's seen it. Sometimes the ref, or when there's blood, real blood, the refs will put on, you'll see a shot of the blood, and then they'll cut back, and the ref will have gloves on already, because he's on the sneak doing it. Like, he's taking it out of his fanny pack and putting on gloves.
Yeah.
When he was spitting out blood in the middle of the ring, the refs are sitting there with their gloves, all like putting them on.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so you know it's a gimmick when you see the refs actually taking time to put their gloves on in front of everybody so they can address the wound or whatever.
They gotta put the injury over, man.
So what did he do with the stairs? That's all he did?
Crush,
did he hit him again?
basically just put in a little bit more work on Roman after the bell, trying to establish the fact that you don't want to like WWE wants to make you not like this guy at all, because he was getting some steam. Like, people were cheering, like, thanking him.
Wait, who? Braun?
For Braun.
Yeah.
LeBron Strowman. The fact of the matter is that a lot of people were going to side with Braun Strowman throughout this match, and you have to make sure to not have that by the end of this match.
Fuck.
So they end up, even the WWE.com exclusive actually had Braun still trying to beat Roman Reigns up.
Yeah.
Roman dodges, and so in like comedic fashion, Braun hits the head on his thing, and it's like,
no,
it should have been the Looney Tunes ending after that.
he knocked the door off of the ambulance.
Damn, he's
like he was standing.
That's what it was. Yeah.
They walked him to the open doors of the ambulance, and then he gives it away by saying, "I'm not through with you," and he runs full steam. Roman gets out of the way, and he takes out the door, and the door falls off the hinges and everything. By the way, did they show that? Did they?
Oh yeah. Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah,
you did. End?
Yeah. Did you guys see that? Because after the pay-per-view, they're like, tune in to Raw Talk, which is directly it's on the WWE Network.
Yeah.
So they rolled over to Raw Talk right away, and then instead of going to the table and talking about stuff right away, they cut backstage. Roman's fucking he spits blood on the wall.
Yeah.
He goes, "Ugh," and like a bunch of blood just hits the white wall. And then they walk him over to the thing, and that's when
I heard the
ambulance.
I heard that at one cut of that they no-selled, like Roman was just regularly walking, and then they had to go back and
oh my god,
they had to go back and like
see
regularly do that. They probably cut that out. The
they said no, they didn't tell us to go until 10 minutes later. What the fuck?
So when Braun hits the like when Roman totally evades Braun Strowman's offense, when he's like, "I'm not done with you." Like, did it close off with dun 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 dun? Like, did it show Looney Tunes and then like Roman comes out? That's all, fucks.
They should have. That would have been better than what happened.
It's comedic because it sounds comedic. You know.
Well, it's serious, dude. Take it serious,
kayfabe.
please.
You're
Please take it serious.
He
actually fell into a pile of boxes, and then I think Roman just took off or something.
and Kalisto really strapped into a garbage can.
Safely strapped into a garbage.
This all gets null and void when you look on Instagram and see that ironically Roman Reigns is at the Roman Coliseum with Braun Strowman. Say that 5 times fast. Roman Reigns with Braun Strowman at the Roman Coliseum.
What was it? Strowman Reigns at the Strowman Coliseum?
I think. Well, they should make a tag team called Strowman Reigns.
Oh, that's right. He slammed the door on Braun.
Yeah,
he came back and they were like, "Bah, bah, bah," and they slammed the door on him. Regardless, I don't know. Is Roman Reigns going to be gone for a while? What do we do with Braun?
It's basically the write-off for a little bit. He needs some time to. He has bereavement.
What do we do with Braun?
We make him beat up jobbers again. I'm happy with that.
What? To beat up jobbers again?
Well, what do you want him to do? Face Finn Balor?
Yeah. Smash the Miz?
But no, because Miz is gonna get the title again. Miz
Which
is gonna get
title?
the Intercontinental title.
No, he's not.
Well, if we go into the Raw highlights.
Oh, that's right. Apparently Braun fucked up his shoulder or his elbow or something, whatever they gimmicked up to give him time.
Oh, because he gave him a flying elbow. Dang. Imagine Braun Strowman giving a flying elbow.
A phenomenal forearm?
That'd be crazy.
A Braun nominal forearm?
The Broman Destroyer.
So, overall, what would you give Payback 2017? Pay Bitch was Grimm's toy
B?
show. A B?
Yeah, B minus B. Just because of that, the whole House of Horrors match takes it down a grade.
Yeah, should take it down 2 grades.
2 of them?
No.
What are you thinking? C plus, B minus?
Maybe a C plus.
Yeah.
C plus. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty well.
A little above average.
No, I'd say average. It was a good Raw.
Yeah.
It was a good Raw.
Grade 1 plus to this whole thing was actually the upsets.
What upsets? The Bayley?
The fact that Jericho and Alexa Bliss won despite the hometown hero kind of thing.
Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to go on when she was going in as champ. Because looking at Bayley, I don't see her holding that belt for too much longer. So going into San Jose, being the hometown, I'd say that was kind of expected.
What was your match of the night?
Probably the tag match between the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro. Or the Bar. So we got the club now. We got the Bar. We got the
Chili's. We just need a group called the Chili's and the Applebee's. Or no, the grill. You would just need the Bar grill.
Stupid.
Yeah. You wouldn't like that?
Our boy John said C plus. The main event saved it. Yeah, okay. Even though Roman Reigns lost, yeah, okay. I'll give it an A because Roman Reigns lost. I'm bumping it up.
I'll give it an A for Austin Aries.
I give it a double A.
Double A for Austin Aries with a banana in his pocket the whole time. So
is that a banana in your
Monday
pocket?
Night Raw kicks off with Dean Ambrose calling Kurt Angle to set up a match with Finn Balor, and they're all in the ring. So it's The Miz, Finn Balor, Dean Ambrose.
Real quick, one thing I love about Kurt Angle as a manager is that he actually comes out and does it now. Where Mick Foley, they'd go to commercial and they'd come back and they'd be like, during the break, Mick Foley came out and made this match official. I was like, why the fuck didn't you show any of that?
Yes.
So now that Kurt Angle's actually on TV making the matches, I like that.
Meat sweats and all.
Meat sweats and all.
Sets up a match for the Intercontinental Championship between Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and The Miz.
See, I see WWE Sri Lanka let me down this week. I
Really?
wasn't able to catch most of Raw.
There's only a few highlights to bring out of that.
So
really.
The Intercontinental match between Seth Rollins, Miz, Dean Ambrose?
There's no other title to be discussing because of what we're going to have later.
Well, now that the United States title's on SmackDown, they're a short one belt. Okay.
We're dealing with we're gonna need another belt. John Dramoxican was telling me that we might have to bring the hardcore title back.
Dude, please. Who would you put in the hardcore division? Or not the division, but who would you put in the title run for that hardcore title?
You know, all the mid-card guys,
Dean Ambrose?
Dean, Enzo. Give Enzo a shot at...
Enzo's not a hardcore wrestler.
You're calling look at his haircut. That's hardcore.
Shut up.
He looks like a young Sid Vicious from Sex Pistols.
I was watching.
Give Roman. He was telling. We're giving Roman everything at this point. What else? He's already won the world championship 3 times. He can't just go back to.
Have you seen this picture?
He's already at the top. I think he wants him to win what do you want him to win? Do you want him to drop weight and win the fucking cruiserweight title? The new Raw Women's Division champion, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, dude.
Because he assumed his gender.
I was watching Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yes.
And I realized that Dean Ambrose's gimmick is John McClane. He's John McMoxley. That's his gimmick. Watch.
I can dig that.
Watch. John McClane is his gimmick.
But the thing is that he doesn't reflect fully what John McClane does because
it's because they won't let him. Bro.
Throughout the course of his career, he needs to lose more and more clothes, like he did at the Nakatomi building.
What is that?
Remember in Die Hard, the first one? That was the building.
Oh yeah.
The one in Ontario.
My bad.
Was
it in Ontario?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, we'll drive out there one day and we'll hit up a Sonic during happy hour.
You know what's weird?
You show him with all those belts.
Have you seen that picture?
Oh God, yeah, where he has like all the belts, literally.
I can't find it.
How Vince McMahon reacts to Roman Reigns.
Well, there's a picture of him holding both NXT and WWE tag titles, the Intercontinental title, the Money in the Bank, the Universal title. It's Roman Reigns. Yeah.
All the slammies.
That's what Dramoxkin wants, dude.
Roman needs
He
to
said
get
that's
rid of
above Roman. Roman needs to get rid of Lesnar, and you know why? Why?
He'll always wait for you to get reeled in. He does that.
He baits you.
That's his gimmick, but it's a good gimmick to have.
Yeah.
The
wait, hardcore division or hardcore title run.
Yes.
You put John Moxley. You put
Dean Ambrose. Come on, this. Don't be a Smark.
He's gonna be the hardcore champ.
But he's not gonna be called John Moxley.
John McMoxley, dude. Because Lesnar's
an ass. He's a draw. He's a draw. I know.
Come on, dude. I drew a
John, I know you don't like Brock Lesnar, but the fact of the matter is that he brings mainstream people into watching wrestling. That's just the thing. You can have as much dislike as you, but the fact that he brought Goldberg back, essentially, the rivalry culminated with Survivor Series. It just reels people in. That's all it does. I mean, Adrian, won't you want mainstream fans to actually watch the craft that is wrestling?
If that means that we're going to have a title run with Bill Goldberg going over Kevin Owens, who can wrestle fucking circles around him all day, no, I don't.
That was the unfortunate thing, yes.
I don't want that. I want them to cater to me. Well, here's what I want. I want them to give me a job as on the writing team as a booker.
You wait.
Me? The guy who predicted that Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho were going to break up. Chris Jericho was going to win the title, and they were going to have it at WrestleMania.
So it's going to be you and Dewey? It's
Me?
going to be you and Dewey Foley?
I will outright Dewsworth all day, dude.
I would love for you to have creative control, like with booking and everything, but
thank you.
You need a draw. You need people people like The Rock. You need people like Brock Lesnar to put butts in the seats.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the unfortunate thing that we have, because we don't have. Every time someone gets famous now, they leave WWE because they know where the money's at.
Because it's a stepping stone. They're treating it like a stepping stone.
Yeah, you think The Rock wants to keep coming back to WWE? They don't pay him enough. They have to pay him.
That's not true.
They pay him 7 figures just to appear one night.
So what about when The Rock says that he'll do it just because I'll do
it's
it for the love?
Fake. Wrestling's fake. Deal with it. No.
Rollins is a hardcore. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
Can you imagine him Phoenix splashing someone on chairs or tables or something?
Oh, on a trash can?
That'd be sick. Or like going from the trash can to Phoenix splash somebody.
Shane McMahon can interrupt the hardcore title match just to show up on Raw one day.
Yeah.
See, I'm already writing this angle out.
Another big point that we want to bring with Monday Night Raw, besides the whole match, the main event that we'll get through later, is the coronation ceremony with Alexa Bliss.
Cornette was there? What'd you say?
Coronation.
Oh, okay, coronation. The Corny Nation.
The Alexa Bliss is in the middle, bringing all the other divas out.
She puts herself on display. Ooh,
dude, just running a promo clinic on everybody. Showing Sasha Banks up, which she's really not a good promo. Let's deal with that first.
No.
Bayley has her hands folded up.
Yeah, looking like a
sore loser.
Yeah.
Then one thing I really liked about it is that she bumps into Nia Jax like while she's doing the promo. She's like, "Oh no, we're good, we're cool."
Yeah. She's kind of doing the cowardly heel thing for a second. Yeah.
And then with that being said, they actually have a four-way women's match with the faces against the heels. Basically gets to where Alexa Bliss and the heels win, which is good stuff to see. Just capitalizes on the victory on Sunday.
Yeah.
But still a good thing to see, because while Alexa Bliss is standing during the promo, while she's standing on that little cake thing, Bayley just knocks it over.
And she bumps hard off.
She bumps hard, like the microphone hits her bottom, and then just like all you just see is the plastic fragments of that WWE circle thing, the microphone square. Yeah. And that was crazy, because I was like, oh shit, that's pretty much unpredictable. You can't predict that.
That was cool.
The
really cool.
what does he say? What did John say? John wants Sasha needs to turn heel. I agree with you. It's the only way she can work. It's the same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte only needs to be a heel.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like an issue that I see with WWE is that there's a few people that are one dimensional.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are one dimensional.
Like, but that's where they thrive. You know, like the Miz should only stay a heel.
Oh, okay.
You know,
that's true.
Anyway,
so
back to the other highlight of Monday Night Raw was basically the match between Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose.
That was a triple threat?
No, I'm sorry, The Miz. It was The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. So Finn Balor's back in action, which is good. He has his typical
full back in action
3-4 minute entrance, which is still cool to see.
Apparently it's like a minute and a half or something. Yeah. But it feels like 5 minutes.
I like the song and everything, but man, I used to like seeing it at NXT. But seeing like everyone that's like really not for him, but just doing it.
He's a Smark, everybody.
Yeah.
He's a Smark.
You guys weren't there at Full Sail, bro.
You went full Smark on us right now.
I know. Nonetheless, still a great match. The thing that happens is Samoa Joe takes Seth Rollins out of the equation, and then it's up to Seth Rollins. No. Then it's basically you have Finn Balor and The Miz, and Finn Balor gets taken out of this equation, and then The Miz comes out as the number one contender for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, are you shitting me?
Which it should be, because, you know, with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, both of those guys don't really need the Intercontinental title anymore.
Well, The Miz.
That's where The Miz thrives.
The IC champ. As IC champ.
The cold and IC champ.
Miz. But again, we're going to get Miz versus Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I want Dean Ambrose to just not be with that title.
But that's you. See, I want Dean Ambrose to be with the title.
What do you see in him?
That he's a good wrestler. He seems like the one guy that's being held back the most. As far as creative.
His moves, yes. I'll agree with that.
And that's what pisses. That's why I like him, because I'm hoping that at some point he's gonna fucking turn, and he's not gonna turn heel or face or anything, but he's gonna turn it on to where he can when they do implement the hardcore title back again, per our predictions or Jermoxican's predictions.
Yeah.
That would be a place where he would flourish. I'm waiting for him to hit his stride, is what I'm trying to say. And even though he's getting his due, like he won the WWE lineal title, he won he still hasn't done it yet. He still hasn't had that run that I know that he can do. Cosmo thinks that everything's being shoved down our throats. Cosmo actually thinks that the WWE is burying the Hardys.
I have nothing to say with that.
He stands by that. Cause you fucking defend what you think, asshole.
At what point of where in the Wrestling Observatory is Cause at?
He's a janitor, remember?
Oh yeah. Cause is the sanitation the sanitation engineer of the Wrestling Observatory here at the Wrestling Observatory, where we take all these observations here. On a Smark and a Mark, we're talking Payback 2015. We're talking Raw and SmackDown highlights. I was pretty much over with Raw at that point, just because I wanted to see who was going to get that number one title spot. Everything else was simply filler, man. I
need to go back and watch it, because, like I said, WWE Sri Lanka let me down this week. They didn't upload it.
What about some high points that you had with SmackDown?
Okay, here, let me see, because I covered SmackDown.
Okay.
SmackDown was pretty good.
Real quick, some guy wanted to mention, what was your guys' favorite grudge?
Oh, yeah. Nugs wants to know what your favorite WWE grudge was. Causes a heel of the Wrestling Observatory. that's what Nugs said.
The heel.
Did you watch Payback? The Hardys weren't pushed back. That's what I said. John.
The Hardys were pushed back. They wouldn't win the fucking title at WrestleMania.
John, you trust me. I try talking sense into this fucking dude.
Look, you Mark, we're getting McHardy boys with fries and cheese.
He thinks for some cause now
Yeah, because
he needs to be able to exactly say what.
Because 3 tag teams didn't put them over at WrestleMania to win the titles on their
fucking out
first
of his
debut
mind.
night.
He's fucking out of his mind.
God.
I told him you're getting everything you want and you're still bitching.
Jeez.
You wanted the Hardy Boys at Mania. You got that. You want the broken gimmick? Give it some time. It's a work. The broken gimmick lawsuit is a work. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
It's a work. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because
they already attained it.
Well, because they have to push all that old Hardy Boys merch out of the warehouse before they can bring it.
Don West has to put up promos to get it out of there. I got a deal for you, Don West here. We're giving you 5 Hardy Boys T-shirts for $2.
So he thinks you're getting we're getting the McHardy Boys with fries and cheese. He thinks that they're shoehorning all the old Hardy Boy gimmicks into one, and the fact that they won the titles and they defended them consecutively shows that they're not being fucking held back. What the fuck's the matter with you?
If they were being held back, still, we're going with the WrestleMania argument. WrestleMania is Vince McMahon's brainchild. Mm-hmm. He started it. He'll be the first one to tell you that I started WrestleMania. I took a risk.
Yeah.
And he doesn't fuck around with WrestleMania. Look how grand it looks. Look how he markets
the ultimate
it.
thrill ride.
It's the ultimate thrill ride.
All right,
give him the green light. We're getting the green light with the Hardy Boys.
So real quick, because Kaz is a wrestling historian, I guess you would be able to say.
My favorite grudge, by the way, was Rock Hogan. The build up to Rock Hogan at WrestleMania 18.
Kaz, what was your favorite? Jermoxigan, what was your favorite WWE grudge? Probably like anything Mankind Rock. Anything with that.
Anything the Mankind Rock.
That shit. All right, I got one. Steve Blackman and Al Snow.
I like that, man. Yeah. Steve Blackman made the hardcore division. Like he helped it. Well, not made it, but I'm saying helped it. Helped it. Sorry.
Hold on.
Take out made and put helped.
I cut your mic out, dude.
Take made.
Your mic's cut off.
Take out made and put helped. I'm just sipping on some iced tea here. It's a little too much.
Okay, he said take out made and put help.
Yeah, excuse me. Sorry, it's a little slip of verbiage or voybiage if you're from Jersey.
He said, "Watch the damn matches. They're all the same twist of fate and Swanton Hardy Boys." Sami
Zayn and Kevin Owens from NXT.
That was good.
Going up to what? Didn't they have that match at Battleground? The first match.
Yeah, I think so. Where Sami Zayn hit him with the haluva kick and then brought him up by his face and said, "I love you," and then ran to the other corner and then hit him with another haluva kick.
Yeah, dude.
That was good. Sami Zayn's road to redemption against Neville. That was also good.
God,
dude. Sami Zayn's best 2 out of 3 against Cesaro in NXT.
That got me to watch NXT religiously because of what Sami Zayn and Neville's program had.
Yes.
Stone Cold versus Vince is my fave.
Yeah, there we go.
It was all culminating with the heel turn at 17?
Kaz said Steve Blackman's possibly one of the best hardcore champions of all time. Both you guys need to get together and go fuck yourselves.
Don't you like that? How he came out with this little like techno. He's techno hardcore. He's the best techno based music intro hardcore champion we ever had.
I was a fan of Kurgan, and I felt like Steve Blackman was stepping on his gimmick.
You're more like an Elix Skipper kind of guy.
Elix Skipper? Who the fuck is that?
You don't remember? Oh, Kaz, my TNA. He's my TNA alumni guy. Shine some light on Elix Skipper.
Look him up. How do you spell his name?
Elix Skipper. You just type Elix and he's the Google search champ.
Walks the cage. All right, we looked up on YouTube. Elix Skipper walks the cage.
Ever since I got all those deals from TNA, I'm a TNA mark.
You are a TNA mark. All right. Yeah. We're at 7 seconds in. Elix Skipper walks the cage at TNA.
Yeah.
With TNA for some reason trying to make their ring look like an octagon.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh.
The little Hurricane Rana.
That was cool.
Now you're a mark. You're a mark for Elix Skipper.
Elix Skipper across the cage.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Is that Sheldon Benjamin? That's Sheldon Benjamin, right? You can't lie.
Elix Skipper is
walks on the cage, walks up to him, and then Hurricane Rana's him off the cage, like 15 feet down to the mat. Dude, that was cool.
Yeah.
All right. Elix Skipper.
So
You got me, bro.
dude, he used to whoop ass with all his bag of martial arts weapons. Shut up, craze. Oh, he's talking. Oh, I thought he was talking about.
Defended that shit on 24/7 Rules a bunch.
So John wants us to briefly chime back in with Great Balls of Fire, the WWE, the new WWE July. What was it? The July Raw show.
Is it a Raw show?
It's I don't know, but all I know is that the balls are ablazing for Great Balls of Fire.
It's a return of Kane, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn Jacobs is coming back.
Glenn Jacobs is either going to campaign there or he's going to come back. I better see some good pyro. That's all I'm hoping for. Because the name, it's like, well, we've already had shittier names, dude. We'd had Insurrection, Capital Punishment, which isn't cool, and then we had having Elimination Chamber at all. I think is offensive.
Really?
Might as well say it.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It's a chamber that eliminates people. What other chambers eliminated people?
You're looking too much into it, bro.
It's a conspiracy. Vince McMahon.
Conspiracy.
Read into it.
Vince McMahon pushing the
elite, the anti-Semitic agenda.
Pushing the anti-Jew. Let's what would you call it? Holocaust denying.
Like Bad Blood. You can remember
I told you, Brian Pillman had a blood transfusion with a different type of blood type, and it was bad in his body. That's why they had to.
Don't ever push that rumor. I can't believe I got worked like that. I was like, really?
You got worked with that.
I was like, really?
He thought Brian Pillman died because of a shitty blood transfusion.
I was like, gee, you really think so?
Oh God. Let's see. Cosmo. Let's see.
Did you hear about? Oh yeah, one more thing. Did you hear about X-Pac trying to shuttle meth over to Europe?
So X-Pac went missing. All right, hold on. Let's bring this back.
Knife Edge Chop News, guys.
Knife Edge Chop.
We're calling an audible here on Knife Edge Chop News.
Sean Waltman.
Sugar Sean
Waltman, also known as X-Pac or the 1-2-3 Kid, recently went missing, and it caused a bunch of rumors to spark up on the internet as to where he is, as to why he's missing, and he turns up later with possession of marijuana and methamphetamine. Who knows what he was trying to do with it, why he was trying to do with it, but it looks as if the kid relapsed.
I love that he tried to let you guys know on Twitter that, oh, don't worry, I didn't relapse. Oh yeah, but you have a bunch of stuff that you're trying to avoid your whole life, and psychologically that could trigger you to do it again. True. It's like when someone says, oh, I'm not gonna drink beer tonight, and they're going with their homies at a bar. Or going to Vegas and not trying to at least try one of the hot slots.
Hey man.
What?
Take it easy on the sweaty slots.
Well, you gotta delve into gambling one time in your life. Life is a gamble after all.
When you take a step back and look at it, life is a gamble.
So the X Factor, Sean Waltman, 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac, 6-Pac, 6.5 Pac, 2-Pac, 1-Pac, 3-Pac, no, was caught.
8-ball Pac.
Meth Pac.
8-Pac.
Meth Pac. Meth Pac was caught with the stuff that he's trying to avoid, man. And he tried to let us people know that it's okay.
All right, so Cosmo said greatest feud of all time, Nation of Domination versus DX, sprinkled in with some Stone Cold antagonist.
Is that a recipe for something?
This is a recipe for disaster. Fatal 4-way. Let's go back to the In Your House.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add that In Your House.
In Your House. St. Valentine's Day Massacre on the pantheon of shitty wrestling or shitty pay-per-view names.
Yep.
Greatest rivalry of all time: Chris Benoit versus his family. Shout out to Charlie Brown Eye for that one.
But Charlie Brown Eye, you are really that's a really smelly opinion right there.
It's been 20. He said it's been 20 years now. It's okay.
Oh, there we go. Charlie Brown Eye, do you play GoldenEye?
What's
for the Nintendo 64?
What does that mean?
GoldenEye 007? Brown Eye, GoldenEye.
Boo.
Yeah.
Wow.
The studio audience here at A Smark and a Mark are unforgiving.
His Chris Benoit joke was better than that one.
Well, he just asked it. That's funny. It goes
that kayfabe commentaries has their they've been putting out. You watch that, right?
Yes.
They've been putting out videos of they've been having countdowns like top 5 worst gimmicks, top 5 best managers, top 5 most despised people in wrestling.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit was number 3.
Well, there's 2 things worse than that, huh?
Yeah.
Worse than the Yeah.
It was those two being Vince Russo and Vince McMahon. And people like saying Vince McMahon, a lot of people were putting him over. He's like, Vince McMahon.
A lot of people vouch for that guy.
Well, Vince McMahon's a businessman, and as long as you're valuable, then he'll be able to use you. So for some people who aren't of a higher value, got kind of brushed under the rug or whatever, and they took it to heart. But people like Blue Meanie, that guy he's like, Vince McMahon made a good living for me for a few years while he employed me, so he has nothing bad to say.
Anybody that thinks that Vince McMahon's a terrible person when they release somebody, it doesn't mean that they're completely done with WWE. There's always a chance to come back. Even Cody's not signed with anyone. Why do you think? Mm-hmm. Because there's always that possibility that they can work out something with him coming back.
Dude,
you make yourself available.
Yeah, you know? Me and my brother have this theory because when we observe wrestling atop a wrestling observatory, we also have speculation hour where we sit down and we speculate.
How come I'm not invited to these speculative hours?
Because you're over there watching TNA. So we're over there.
That's enough speculation from there.
We're thinking that the WWE, Vince McMahon in particular, is willing to let talent go, whether it be as high top tier talent, whether it be mid tier talent, like Cody Rhodes, or top tier like Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah,
he's willing to let them go so they can build up other promotions. Because what did Alberto Del Rio do when he left? He went to Lucha Underground and brought a bunch of ice to Lucha Underground. What did he do after that? Come back to WWE. Now they didn't, whether they handled him right or not when he came back, that's not the point.
Yeah.
But the point is the star value, the name value. He was able to let that go to build up other stuff because at the end, Vince McMahon needs competition.
There was still a big pop when Del Rio came back as a surprise.
Huge.
And he won the title when he won the U.S. title to take John Cena out to American Grit Vacation.
Yeah, but he also came back with fucking Dutch Mantel.
Yeah, well, don't hate Dirty Dutch.
Shit.
Don't hate Dirty Dutch. He was a Smoky Mountain pioneer.
Do you want to watch this video?
Or Sid, that's already embedded in my mind. I downloaded that when it was on Kazaa. That was back when my brother was like, "Have you ever heard of the Van Daminator?" I was like, "Yeah, we just watched it on Raw not too long ago."
Yeah.
My brother was a super mark for Rob Van Dam, and he's all like, "Remember what I was telling you?" He's like, "You want to watch the Van Terminator?" I was like, "What? There's something more than that?" And then he shows me the Van Terminator. He just showed me all like pixelated ECW highlights. So WCW Sid breaks his leg. So Women Crush Wednesday Sid breaks his leg.
All right, well, let's check this out real quick.
To the people watching on a Smark and a Mark, I want to ask you guys, who's your favorite wrestler this week? Let me know in the comments below while we observe Sid Vicious breaking his tibia and his fibia.
WCW Sid Vicious. Sid breaks his leg. It's a 44-second video. We're going to start it right now. Off the second rope.
Oh.
First of all, why would you base all your downward momentum weight
to his heel
on one fucking leg?
So with his leg being broken, that basically signifies that his heel turn's complete.
What the fuck? Oh,
what?
That's funny.
It's Scott Steiner, man. What better guy to have take your bump and try to help you out on that end?
Ooh, what's his name?
Scott Steiner's back in TNA now doing.
He's back in TNA and
he has a new finisher. What did you call it?
Oh, the Steiner bar stool.
What was that? Is there a tidal wave in your house?
Yeah, it used to be called the Steiner recliner, but he did it standing up, which makes it completely ineffective. You want to pull up a picture of that?
The Steiner recliner is brought to you by Lazy Boy. Lazy. Full recline. He's like fully reclined back.
It's TNA.
I think he calls it the AMC sofa, the AMC sofa recliner, because that thing goes all the way back, and he's fully standing up.
Scott Steiner returns to the Impact Zone.
I just hope that he has more unscripted promos.
Why? So he can
say that you have a 39 and a 6 chance of winning, making me like 113% of a winner more than you are. Or just come out with like some bad math, like always.
Scott Steiner was who was it that was there? I was listening to Keeping It 100 with Conan.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who was telling the story, but they said that Scott Steiner looked broken down, and
With his TNA return?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is that when you put that much work into your body, whether it be chemically or physically,
In his case, super chemically.
yes. Well, he's a genetic freak.
He's something.
The fact is that his body's thrashed. His body was thrashed in '99.
Yeah, but why continue to wrestle? Like the kid.
Yeah,
needs
make money, man. Because he was working on. Remember when he came to WWE? He was working on a bad leg. He couldn't do a majority of the. Jeez, I'm looking at that.
Can't even say it.
I'm looking at that Steiner, the Steiner stool,
The Steiner bar stool.
the Steiner bar stool from Barstow.
From Barstow, California.
He has a tattoo in the middle of his chest to show. Like, remember that titty separation I was telling you about?
Yeah, the chopped chest.
The chopped liver. Like you have, it's basically a pectoral separation.
Basically.
Picture in the middle of your chest cavity. Your chest cavity is now all flat to about a circumference of your palm. That's separated. He has a tattoo in the middle, just basically trying to distract you of the fact that he has his pecs separated. Same thing with Chris Jericho using the scarf. What'd you download?
I downloaded one image and it downloaded all these images. I have a virus on my computer now, ladies and gentlemen.
How dare you?
Thank you for the shitty.
And of course they didn't do it a hard camera. You gotta love TNA. Gotta love Impact Wrestling, ladies and
Are
gentlemen.
we still with
So you guys ready here for the Steiner sofa, the Steiner bar stool,
The Steiner futon right here?
the Steiner wallflower?
What the hell is that?
Is that what's it? Oh, that's what's his name, huh? That guy from
Oh, him?
the
like-
guy that was on Tough Enough in front of
Was
Triple
he?
H. Yeah, I forget that guy's
yeah.
name, man.
It's like,
He still thinks like the guy who thinks he's hot shit. I forget his name.
look at that shit. What?
The
Explain
true
yourself.
that's the true religion. The true religion Cobra Clutch.
Explain yourself.
I don't
Scott
know.
Steiner.
That leather jacket is putting it over.
Like when I'd watch wrestling with Kaz and Shawn Michaels would come out, and you remember he used to do the split like that.
Well,
But then he goes to his knees now,
yeah.
and he does that. I always like grab the screen and shove Kaz's face right there. Look at that. What is that? And he's just like, oh, he's broken down, man. Can't help it. I feel like doing the same with this. What is this, Scott Steiner? Scott, what is this?
I wouldn't. There's one thing that we know. It's like when you critique Scott Steiner, you do it from afar. Because Shoney's don't pay that much. That's funny. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening in too.
Wait, are we done?
What was going on? Oh yeah, I forgot SmackDown.
I forgot to talk about Smack. Let's blow through this real quick because
Yeah.
we can. Because here at the
Yeah,
wrestling-
Scott Steiner's always distracting us.
All right, so SmackDown Live starts. Shane takes the belt from Jinder Mahal. Says, you didn't earn this. You have to earn it. Takes it from him just as he took it away. Of course, Shanti felt really bad once he took it away from him. There was no Shanti inside Shane McMahon after that. Jinder Mahal gets mad. So Shane comes out, introduces SmackDown Live to a Chris Jericho. Because now he's the champ. Now he's over to SmackDown Live. During this promo, AJ Styles comes out, interrupts. So it sets something up for maybe Y2AJ. He even says, we used to push Y2AJ shirts. And he's like, I'm not going to forget. I don't forget the past so easily. So a good program that can come out of that. But KO interrupts. And then we find out that the main event is Y2J defending his title against Kevin Owens at the end of the night. The United States title. So whether this ends up in a triple threat sort of feud or just a feud with Y2AJ, that'd be cool. I'm down for that. These are three great wrestlers, and I love watching them wrestle. So then Jinder Mahal comes out, faces Sami Zayn. They have a good match. Sloppy-ass tornado DDT from Sami Zayn. He doesn't even catch his head. I don't know what he did.
Just tries to hold on for dear life. So would you just call it like just a subtle wind DDT instead of a tornado?
A breeze DDT. So Maharaja, with the help of the Bollywood fuckboys, takes the win against Sami Zayn. Of course, distraction leads him with that. What is that? It's like a Tasmanian slam that he does?
it's like a cobra clutch STO, like where he just slams him and throws him down.
It's a good move. It looks good.
There's tons of variety in it.
So
Something we haven't seen before, which is hard to do nowadays.
yeah. So the women's Diva division continues to push forward with backstage shenanigans. We no longer have women wrestlers anymore. Sorry, you guys. It was good while it lasted. Then your boy, the Maestro of Mayhem. We find out Aiden English still has a job. Comes out and starts singing. Gets interrupted by Ty Dillinger, who still wears an NXT shirt. He has yet to have his main roster shirt. Shinsuke Nakamura.
You gotta get rid of all that merch first.
Shinsuke Nakamura already has a main event shirt or a main roster shirt. Ty Dillinger still doesn't. Ty Dillinger gets the win with a modified tiebreaker. It's not the sort of tiebreaker he's been doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a what is it?
It's sort of like an F5 to where, and then it meets his knee to the head, which is hard to take safely. It looks like.
Well, it'd be hard to. Yeah,
because he puts over the effect by taking his knee pad off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the knee pad's the saving grace for absorbing. Imagine taking a V trigger with only the knee.
V trigger? Yeah.
Did you just V trigger me?
Cause prior to starting this episode,
yeah,
my boy Mark here just found out that homeboy from Sanity does a One Wing Angel. He was so disappointed, and
I was so shocked.
He was shocked, and I didn't know it. I didn't know why he was so shocked. So I was kind of like playing it up, like, "What are you talking about? That's his move. Like, no one else. What do you?" And then he's just like, "No, man."
I almost cried.
So he's pissed off at that. Which
I almost cried like a one-winged angel.
Yeah, at least you'll be able to shout "One Wing Angel" on Friday when we see Killian Dane hit whoever he's
like. Fuck you. I would literally say that's Kenny Omega's finisher. Fuck you. Just be him. That's when I get thrown out and go to Lucha Vavoom.
So Nakamura promo happens. There's this dope Nakamura promo.
Mm-hmm.
And then it cuts to Dolph Ziggler complaining to these jobbers backstage. Who is this guy? He hasn't proved himself.
I was like, the main thing would be like, who are you? Those guys you're talking to.
Oh, so he says TKO to the knee. Imagine getting your jaw broken by the GTS. Fuck, dude. Cause, thanks for the input. So Shane confronts homeboy Dolph Ziggler talking shit about Shinsuke, where he's like, "Oh, you're gonna find out at the pay-per-view."
Shinsuke McManamura.
Yeah.
Shinsuke.
So he's like, and you're gonna find out, or Ziggler's like, "Watch what I do to Sin Cara tonight," and then walks away. Which they have a throwaway match that doesn't matter at all. Nothing real special. Sin Cara's still Sin Cara. Dolph Ziggler's still Dolph Ziggler. So the Maestro of Mayhem, Aiden English, gets jobbed out by Ty Dillinger, who, as of late, or as of recent, still hasn't cut a promo, leading me to believe that his gimmick is more over than him himself. The Perfect 10 gimmick.
The thing with Aiden English is that they're probably building him to separate entirely from the whole vaudevillain vibe and to have him start being more of like a Phantom of the Opera type of thing. I think, call me crazy, call me a Smark, but I just observe wrestling from high atop the character reconstruction is ahead for Aiden English, a.k.a. Aiden Fossbender.
Well, he's still there. So
probably could be like the Magneto for WWE since he looks like Michael Fassbender.
So the Welcoming Committee, for some reason,
the most fierce heel faction, the women's heel faction name of all time.
He said,
that sounds like a positive thing, the Welcoming Committee.
Yeah. It sounds like a stupid thing is what it sounds like.
Yeah. The irony of it all.
So they beat up Charlotte backstage and leaves Naomi without a partner. Naomi goes into a match versus Carmella and Natty, which, shitty match. But somewhere in the middle of that, Charlotte comes out. The match is super long, way longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then they beat up Charlotte, and then Becky Lynch comes out and ends up like acting like she's making peace with the Welcoming Committee, like she's gonna join. She turns on them, beats them up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Got some cheers behind that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Sin Cara versus Adolf Ziggler throwaway match. And then after that, we have what I've been waiting for. Not necessarily been sitting back and waiting for, but an idea that would get these guys over more than ever. The Fashion Files skit between the Fashion Police, with the Fashion Police.
I thought that was so gold.
With Tyler Breeze and what do you call him? Deputy Dango?
Deputy Dango.
They're now backstage, or they're now in an environment where they can flourish these characters, where they can actually get over by like making it sort of like a police detective sort of thing where they're typing up of violations. They get radio comm of violations going on.
Shinsuke Nakamura is on their files for being strong with no style.
Stupid.
They literally crossed out no on his thing.
They did?
Well, yeah, in the back with all the pictures, you'll see a Vince McMahon mugshot. You'll see Ty Dillinger's super collared vest that they crossed out. You also have Shinsuke Nakamura's picture that says strong. They crossed out strong and put no style.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So then that's what I told you. I was like, dude, this right here is what is going to get these guys even more over, especially going into the tag team title match over at Backlash or whatever pay-per-view they're going to advertise months in advance. So after that, we get the main event, Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Great match, which we broke it down earlier pretty much with the match at Backlash.
Yeah.
Same spots, a little bit faster match.
Continuing with him beating on his arm, on that same arm still.
Working the arm angle. Pretty good stuff. Out of nowhere, dude, Kevin Owens has a pop-up powerbomb on Chris Jericho and wins the title back, making them both two-time United States champions, which we kind of talked about the hot potato women's title on Raw, where they're kind of just passing it between each other. If this instance were to occur again, I'd rather it be in between people like Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens and what's his name? AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's a fact when you have a lower, like either a young title in any of the Raw or SmackDown Women's Divisions matches, and you don't have a heel or a baby face thwarting down heels, or if you don't have a heel taking down baby faces to keep the title, put some legitimacy behind it. With the U.S. title and with people like Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, who are now the upper tier, both of them multiple-time champions in different regards, the thing is that between them and their rivalry, that's fine. But when it comes to titles in their infancy, going from one to one so quickly, that doesn't make it. That doesn't put any. That doesn't solidify that title at all.
Not at all. It doesn't make it look good. So
well said.
So Kevin Owens is the new face of America again. I'm all for that. Yeah. He's going into Backlash champion against AJ Styles. We'll talk about predictions about that later, whether AJ wins the title or not, or Kevin continues to be the face of America.
Yeah.
Overall, Cosmo thinks that this is it for Jericho, at least for right now. That sucks. Chris Jericho's... Oh, shit. Knife Edge Chop News is still on. Chris Jericho's one of the best, and he's still always going to be a threat. Give him a break. He's been doing a lot.
He's 46 years old.
Thanks to DDP Yoga, he's been able to do this. So.
Well, he's actually in the best shape of his life thanks to DDP Yoga.
Yeah. Once again, DDP Yoga, ladies and gentlemen.
These claims aren't confirmed nor denied.
Oh, he posted it on Instagram? Really? All right, well, we'll check that out.
He's bi forever?
No, he's not.
Let me check this, son. I'm getting worked like a mark right here.
Hold on, I got it right here.
What about the Jerry Show?
I got it right here, dude. He's wearing a goat shirt. If tonight is Chris Jericho's last night with WWE for a while, I just want to say thank you, Jericho. No, thanks to all of you. You're my buddies, my pals. You are the friends of Jericho. Cheer me on, man.
See you again.
Hashtag see you again. Hashtag GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yeah. So, if anything, you know what happens to people that think that Chris Jericho is going to retire,
Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens?
You just made the list. How do you spell Oz? C and then Os.
How do you spell dickhead?
How do you spell schlong?
He's gonna rock out, man. Yeah.
You still
Would
make
you go
the list,
see Fozzy?
Huh?
Would you go see Fozzy?
I'm not a rock guy.
You're not?
Well, not for events. Like I'd rather go to like Rock the Bells, but rest in peace, Gorilla Union.
They're not together anymore, or they're not.
They haven't had a Rock the Bells in like 3 years.
Yeah, but I didn't know they were done as a promotion.
Yeah, probably. Well, they couldn't put butts in the seats, whether it was a wrestling match, a hip hop match. You have Wu-Tang Clan, you can't put butts in the seats. Bad promotion.
They're I don't know, hip hop shows.
You can't tell me you're over them.
No, well, I'll go to any show, dude. I love going to live events. But
so polka fests?
Yeah, it's something about hip hop shows where I just don't want to like. I don't want to have to watch everywhere I step so I don't scuff someone's shoes or I don't fucking
Well, that's
kick dirt
at
on
hip hop
anybody.
events, everyone's better than everyone else.
I know. That's what I fucking hate about it.
You're just a mark.
They're marks. If anything, the hip hop shows, they're marks.
Yes, sir.
They're fucking marks.
By putting off the bad boy image.
Fucking
Nice.
ridiculous.
So, real quick before we end, 2 Smarks and a Mark, who's your favorite wrestler this week?
Favorite wrestler this week?
WWE related, just for the
related.
sake of Smark and a Mark here. Hi, Atop, the Wrestling Observatory. Smark and a Mark.
At Twitter at WWE Observatory.
Oh, yeah. At our new Twitter at WWE Observatory, pending a new logo, and then we can start tweeting far from there.
Cause said hip hop shows are little crappy performances and shit. There is some half-assing going on at hip hop
The
shows.
production, yes.
Yes. Well,
The lower stages.
talent themselves too. Once again, like
Well,
you
it's
said,
about the booking.
like you said, people think they're above other people, especially in the hip hop community. So they'll go in like, whatever, I'll bang out this show, give them
With the
whatever.
shitty mic.
Where with Snoop Dogg, I've seen Snoop Dogg high as not me, but Snoop Dogg high as fuck, and still putting on a show.
He's in his element
He's
when
a
he's
fucking
there.
man. Snoop Dogg.
Cosmo's favorite wrestler
Kurt Angle.
is one that's inactive. He's made the list
Hey,
again. He made the list again. Sorry.
and because of that, Kurt Angle made the list too.
Cosmo. Okay.
Favorite wrestler?
Deputy Dango.
My favorite wrestler is Killian Dane, and the One Wing Angel.
Shut your mouth.
I answered
cannot
your
believe that
question.
guy really took that finisher.
He said 2001 Kurt Angle. So there you go. You asked who's his favorite wrestler this week. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be this week in wrestling.
To be clear, his favorite
favorite
wrestler is
right now.
2001 Kurt Angle. And, well, you weren't there in 2004 TNA Kurt Angle.
Oh fuck.
What was it? The fucking Bound for Glory, brother. The pay-per-views. Slammiversary. What were you doing? Slammiversary 2004, brother.
Who's your favorite wrestler this week? Austin Aries, because he's wearing a fucking Austin Aries shirt. In case you guys didn't see.
The greatest man who ever lived. But no, actually, it's Tyler Breeze and Deputy Dango.
Oh, okay. The
Their
Fashion Police?
promo actually got me over on him a lot more now than because when they were faces, they were just handing out citations, still being funny. Then they turned heels to kind of calm that down for a little bit.
I thought the Fashion Police were heels to begin with.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but still they were still getting over. But anyway, I like that segment, and when they face the Usos for those titles, and if they win, you know, let's hope for the best. But the only thing I'm hoping for is that they stop all these crimes of fashion violations.
Yeah, really. So
Ty Dillinger's popped collar at WrestleMania. The Count Dillinger.
Count Dillinger. Oh well, my favorite wrestlers this week is still Connor and Victor of the Ascension. Just gonna keep their names out there.
You're gonna make their ears ring.
I was at the Walmart earlier today, and I seen that they have their WWE Elite figures there stocked fully. No one's buying them.
They're called peg warmers.
Peg warmers. Yeah, that's basically what they are.
Were they on sale or no? They were just.
Fuck no, they're full price. That's why they're not going.
There was a couple of Elite figures over at Fallas. Yeah. And they had Umaga. They had IRS.
Really?
For like $8, but
Oh, dude, that's cool.
I only buy certain things to flip them. It's hard to flip elites.
Yeah, because you don't collect, you just flip shit. That's one gripe I have.
I'd like to be called opportunist.
Oh god damn it.
Dude, I probably spent 40 plus hours waiting for NES Classics. But the profit margin's crazy.
Are they really making SNES Classic?
They might, but anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to A Smark and a Mark. Remember, guys, we don't predict, we don't analyze, we just observe. High atop the Wrestling Observatory.
Through our telescope?
Through our telescopes. Our adequately sized telescopes. Not too big, not too small, just right to satisfy all those wrestling fans out there. Thank you guys for tuning in to A Smark and a Mark.